Hi, I'm Biker Bob. Jeff Santo is a movie director. Had a bit of a challenge when he directed Dead in 5 Heartbeats. It's based on a book written by Sonny Barger. The challenge was they decided to use real bikers in every role possible to make the film seem real. And believe me, it's a fun movie, but it does come across as the true story. You got to see it. And first, I'd like you to hear the interview that I had with Jeff. I caught up to him at Corbin's in Hollister on the 4th of July rally. Here is Jeff Santo. So we're talking with Jeff Santo. Jeff, you put together Sonny's movie, but you did a lot more than just normal directing. And why don't you tell me everything you did in Dead in 5 Heartbeats?
Well, it's 100% independent film. So when I say that, it means that this was made totally outside the studio system,
right?
And within the motorcycle culture. So we put our own money into it, and I adapted his book Dead in 5 Heartbeats into a screenplay. I started that in January of 2012, finished it in March, 2 months later, March 2012. We cast the movie in April, and we shot it in May and June.
Wow,
yeah,
really?
We shot it in 24 days.
That tight?
So that's tight, and we only cast really a handful of actors. And what's so unique about the film is that we use real motorcycle clubs to play the actual, in the book, the fictional clubs in the book,
right?
Actual real motorcycles played those parts. So we shot in their real clubhouses, and the actual main club in the movie, the Infidels, the fictional club in the movie, were played by 81 members, which was really cool. So yeah, it was amazing. We dove right in, and everyone embraced the movie within the culture. Sonny put the word out, and we shot it in the dead of the summer in Phoenix. So that was something else too. But it turned out great.
It's a fun movie, but it's definitely a drama. It's a fiction story. Now, I heard you're working on the autobiography version, Sonny's life. That's a totally different animal, right?
Totally different animal. Yeah, this was, fiction, and we could do a couple little different things because the book was so much bigger than the movie. When you go and adapt a book, especially for an independent film that you're doing for, the amount of money, it's a catering, the amount of money, it's a catering budget for big films, So we had to downsize what we did for our Dead in 5 Heartbeats, everything, even locations and story, and the end had a big fight, so we had to downsize that fight and make it realistic, because if you go too much in an independent film, you lose your tone, you lose what it's about because you're trying to do too much.
Yeah.
So we kept it really, raw and real, and that's the one thing I wanted to approach. Now with Sonny's autobiography, that's a whole different thing. That's a studio budget movie.
So will you follow the book pretty much, his bestseller, Life and Time?
Yeah, that's our plan, because that tells the beginnings of how it all happened. With Sonny and the Hell's Angels, and so we want to stay true to that, 100%. And we're gonna really. Rob Weiss is writing it. I'm writing it with him, and he's also attached to direct, and he. Executive produced and was a writer on Entourage, the TV series.
Oh, okay.
So we actually start this Monday to really collaborate and start the process. So we've done a lot of research so far, but now we're in the writing mode.
So the Dead in 5 Heartbeats had a lot of bikers in it, like you're saying. And how is that to work? I mean, it's a creative world movie making. It's a bunch of artists and dreamers, really. And if you get into the biker world, there are no more real people than bikers. How did you mix the two? Yeah,
that was I wouldn't say tough. I just had to have an understanding with the crew that this is their world. We're entering their world, and you got to have 100% respect for where we're going to be. We're in the clubhouses. These are sacred sanctuaries. So I made everyone know that. And so once we got in there, and the club, the guys that played some of the main parts, like Robert Chico Mora played the President Ahab in Dead in 5 Heartbeats, and he was a Phoenix Hell's Angel.
Right.
And he passed away just recently, and he did a great job. I mean, you couldn't tell that he was not an actor. I mean, he was that good. And a month before I would go to his house, we'd go over the lines. I talk to him. He'd tell me, "Oh, let's say it here this way." So I wanted to make it as comfortable for him of how he would speak, you know, and you know, make it for comfortable to his world, what he would say inside the culture. So I wanted to make them at ease so that they were actually playing themselves the best they could without thinking about it. You know?
You ended up with a real product. I mean, it worked. It worked. Now, when you do the story, unfortunately, a lot of the characters are no longer with us. Sonny's going to be 76, right, this year. So obviously you have to have other people play some of those pivotal characters. How are you going to mix that in?
Oh yeah, and that's going to be Rob's job to pick the actors. But we're going to, you know, you're going to get some main actors to play Sonny.
Right.
You're going to get a big name kind of guy to play Sonny, and we're looking to tell the storyline from, you know, basically the beginnings, you know, the late 50s, early 60s into the 70s. So we're going to cover that counterculture territory, you know, how it began and really how this culture just grew from those beginnings.
Right.
You know, it's a part of history.
Well, we're all really looking forward to it, and it's Sonny said Fox is
yes, Fox 2000s.
They'll do your distribution and everything.
Well, they're doing the film, yeah. They're making it, yeah.
So it's going to be a top door movie. So.
Plan on that, you know. We got to write the script first. So that's the first process, is that we write the best script possible, and we're going to do that.
So when can we expect to actually see the movie?
Well, the time frame on that, it's depending on, you know, we get the script done. But you're looking sometime next year. I think that if everything goes right, the production will start, you know, spring or summer.
Well, remember, you started this now with your 24-day term. Now,
that a little different, and that's not my gig. I'm not directing, so it'll be a lot more days than 24. You're doing a period piece, so you got to get the old bikes, and you know, you're going up. It's like I said, it's night and day. So I'm sure Rob's going to find some core actors, you know, to play. Because, you know, Sonny had that infantry, you know, that started, you know.
That's right.
Terry the Tramp and Skip Workman and all those classic characters, Magoo. So, I mean, it's a great story. We've done a ton of research, and we're ready to go. So.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, hey, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and we'll watch for the movie.
All right, thank you.
All righty, bye-bye.